See, in the last class, okay, we have gone through the memory layout of a C program. This. So here we have come across some of the terms like automatic variables, and we have come across the another thing is initialized 0 by exec. Now exec is a system call which is used to load another program in the memory, right? So when it is loaded into the memory, there are a lot of the initialization takes place. The layout we have already gone through, and exec system calls you are executed already. So in connection with this, since we are used automatic variable, we are used initialize read write data, okay, and somewhere here say that when it will be initialized by to 0 by exec, some other connected topic we have to study, right? This is called curiosity of learning. Are you understanding this? Right? It is not directly connected with the syllabus as per the, whatever that it has been supplied to you all people. But learning deeper little bit will help you for the placement. So we will get into one of the important topic from placement perspective called storage classes, which is connected with the term which we are used automatic variables. This is again connected with how the memory layout, okay, of C program is taken care, and this is done by exec system call. Exec system call is a part of the syllabus, hence this makes a complete loop of studying storage classes. Hope you all people appreciate this concern and keep moving with a positive mindset of learning all these things, right? So I'll get into the another topic of connected topic. It is called storage classes. Let me open that. So here is a program. The program already I have uploaded in the Google class, right? You can go through that, write that program as it is, and try to understand the knowledge, whatever that is shown here right now on the screen. So when we talk about the variables, there are different type of they belong to different storage classes. There are 4 storage classes you will see in C programming language. One is automatic variable, which we are referred in memory layout of a C program, right? Then register variable, then static variable, then external variables, right? How do we study? What all the different perspective with which you will look into? This is a very important thing. You will study these storage classes from, right, storage. Where exactly this is being stored? Default value. What is the default value of this? Right? Then scope, right? Then lifetime, right? So there are certain structural correction to be done. I will go through that. So these are the 4 basic categories, parameters which you use to compare storage classes. Now let's look into one, automatic variable. So when, you already seen the automatic variable here, you are declaring int I, it is called automatic variable. And I told yesterday that any variable declared within a block. What is a block? Block is identified by open flower bracket and close flower bracket. And that's what you will see here. Let me show you what is the block, by marking here. See, right? This is an opening flower bracket and this is a closing flower bracket, right? And for the for loop, right, you have this is the opening flower bracket, this is the closing flower bracket. Any open and close we call as a block, right? So this variable I is declared inside this particular block, right? So what all the things happen for this, we'll try to look into this. Please, all of you see. Right here, right? So this automatic variable storage is there in the memory, right? Main memory, we were talking about the main memory. Then default value is garbage. Please look into that. So that's why, see now int I, what is the value of int I? I declare int I and simply print directly as it is. What is the value? Garbage. Wherever the memory is allocated, whatever the value that is stored there, whether it's connected to you or not, those value you will get it. Got it? So that's why one of the programming practice is, right, whenever you declare a variable, automatic variable, you initialize to 0 or appropriate value. If you use this, So for example, I use this variable without initialization. Okay, let me put it on screen here. See, after this statement, I'll simply use j equal to, right, I into 10. J equal to this I. Okay, please consider this as I into 10. This is my programming statement immediately after declaring this variable in this way. So what is the value of I? What is the value of j? Right? What is the j value depends on the initial value of I. Initial value of I, you cannot say it is 0. You cannot say it's a 1. You need to understand to which storage class it belongs to. It belongs to automatic variable storage class, right? And default value is garbage. So any garbage value, random value multiplied by 10 is a random value. So it is unpredictable value. You should not use a code like this. You should not write a code like this. So the best thing is you initialize this to 0 here, or any default value. It could be 20, 30, 40, depending on the what business that you are doing it in this program, right? So when you initialize this value, you have a definiteness in this. There is no randomness in the output you produce, right? So all automatic variables are to be initialized, right? Whether why? Okay, because its value, default value is, right, default value is garbage, right? Garbage. Now, what is its lifetime scope? It is, okay, till the control is in the block and the scope is within the block. Probably you have heard about the 35 movie, 70 movie, and all these things. What is the meaning of that? 70 that is the scope of, okay, the visibility that what you see on the white screen. Similarly, here the scope is a block and lifetime, I mean birth and death, it is till the control is in the block. For example, again I take you back to the program here. See here, right, int I, as long as this block, whatever the arrow mark I'm showing here, as long as this block is executing, right, int I is alive. The moment you go out of this, int I is no longer available. And these automatic variables are stored on the stack, right? So automatic variable, storage is memory, default value is garbage, scope is block, and lifetime is till control, okay, is in the block, right? This. Are you clear about this? Manoj, Himarashmi, right? All of you, if you have any doubt in this, right, please put your queries in, okay, chat box. Are you clear? I want an acknowledgement from, right, Manoj Himarashmi. Please acknowledge.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's great. Now we are preparing for the placement. I need not cover this as a part of the, okay, the syllabus content itself. But this is an extended learning, right? Since in a syllabus we said Exi is a system call. Since we said C programming memory layout, okay, there we have used automatic variable, there we have used a stack, there we have used initialized to 0 by exec. So we are covering this. Now look at the register variable, right? The storage is CPU register. Hope in computer organization you are going through the registers. Value is garbage. Again, it is a block till control is in the block. You can declare any variable register I. For example, right, I can all loop variables I can declare, okay, as a register, right? It is not stored in the main memory. It is stored in register which are physically available. That basket of memory is physically available in, okay, CPU. Got it? Then static, right? The storage is memory. The default value is 0. It is shifted to the right hand side. The default value is 0, right? And the scope is block and lifetime is persist across the calls. Interesting one, right? We'll study this. Then external, both will study through the program. External class is memory storage, storage is in memory. Default value is 0. It is a globally available. As long as the program is running, it is available. So tab correction is to be done, positioning correction. So let's look into that. Static and external variables have a zero value, initial value. Even though you don't initialize, they are available static across the call and external, global as long as program is running. And remaining automatic and register, they are within a block, right? The moment you go outside the block, that variable is no longer available. Okay, to study all these things, let's look at the program quickly. I wanted you people to write the program as it is, check it. This is available in Google Class. Let me take you through this. See here, include stdr.io.h. I have written two functions. One is increment 1, other one is increment 2, which will return void, which I am going to use it later. This is the prototype. Forget about this, try this right now. Right? Now I'm declaring one external variable. This belongs to external storage class. And you know that the default value is 0. It can be accessed anywhere in the program. That is what is the programming principle of C language. Right? Then I declare one more extern, right, int x2, declaration only with a global variable available to all functions. It is declared somewhere else. We'll come to that. Then int x2, right, 500 have initialized is a definition where space get reserved in the memory, right? Initialized to 500 is a global variable, external variables, right? So ext1 is not initialized by programmer, but is by default value 0, whereas ext2 is initialized to 500, right? Now look at the main program. I'm not using any command line arguments. I'm not using return value, not a good practice. Storage classes I've told you, right? Let's study these things: automatic variable, static variable, external variable, and all these things, register variable. This is one important knowledge you should have it. Now, right, there are a lot of comments I've put it. Now look at that. Inside the block, I declare auto. Auto I can also declare. Otherwise, by default, it is automatic variable. Auto int I are not initialized I value, whereas j is being initialized to 0. 10, sorry. Right? So what is the initial value of I? Garbage. Why it is a garbage? Because it is automatic variable. So auto is a keyword you can use. Otherwise, also it is an automatic variable. Right? Look at that. What is automatic variable? It is the initial value is garbage. Default value is garbage. If you not initialize that, right? So j is being initialized to 10. I is right not initialized, so it is a garbage value. Now what you do is you have a printf, print something, and try to print I and j and observe the what is the value. J you get 10, whereas I you get some random number. Wherever the I is allocated, whatever it is stored there, it doesn't belong to you. That value it prints. Manoj, Shimarashmi, are you okay here? This is how
Yes,
you.
sir.
This is how.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, good, good. This is how you will be studying the theory concept. Whatever you have, right? It's a garbage, right? And is a block that also you will test it, right? So you print it here, right? Now this I and j is you are printing here. This is the block. It has started here, ended somewhere else. We'll see it, right? Then you print ij, you get it here, right? Now the block, this particular block has ended here. Manoj, can you make it out? Manoj,
Yes,
yeah. Look at the cursor.
yes, sir.
The block which has started here, the block, that block has ended here. Now this I and j, I'll make an attempt to print outside the block. Observe the scope and lifetime, right? You get an error. You get an error while compiling saying that I and j, sorry, you get an error. Got it? You get an error saying that, right, I and j is not available here. Compile time, check it. And the moment you get a compile time error, what you do is you put a comment, your study is over. That means what is the take home? Unxi is automatic variable, okay, that can be accessed here only. It cannot be accessed outside this. This is the how you have to write a program and study any theoretical concept, not during solving problems. With this knowledge, you can write a program better when you are solving bigger problems. Are you clear, Manoj, Himarashmi?
Yes, sir.
Right. The floor is open at any time. Anybody can put a question in the chat box and the CRs will be reading those things. I'll keep moving. Register storage class. Now look at that. Not guaranteed to be stored in CPU. The compiler decides. Right? No guarantee. It may be in CPU or it may be in the main memory. Though we said at the earlier this thing, it is stored in the register, but there is no guarantee. We said that it is in CPU register, but no guarantee. No guarantee. What is the initial value? Default value? Garbage. Right? Look at this. Right? So, why register value? Right? I use register int I because accessing register is very fast. All loop variables, if you keep it in register variable, because loop index can be accessed frequently, so that you can, right, you can be very fast accessing that. You make an attempt to print the address of this. Address of any variable can be printed using ampersand I. Just 1 minute, I'll mute. There is a call. There is a call. Okay, I'll mute. Please wait. I'm back here. Right now, look at that. I'm using loop index I. If you keep a loop index I, okay, in register, so you can access it fast compared to main memory. That's why it's being used. But there is no guarantee that, okay, anything that you declare as a register is maintained in register, because register is being used by the processor for computation heavily. Got it? So there is no guarantee. You can try. Ampersand is used to print the address of the memory location. You find out 32-bit address or 64-bit address, depending on what kind of machine that you are using. Correct. There is nothing beyond that, right? Now I'll get into some other thing. Okay, now look at that. Now you will see a call to the function with static storage classes. What is static? See here. Static, let's get into theoretical thing. It is allocated in memory. Default value is 0 and it is within a block. Persist across the calls. Oh, this is an interesting, okay, point. That means even if you can come out of that block and again get inside the block next time, previous value is being stored. That's what is called persist across the calls. So we'll make a study of this. Look here. Yeah. I call increment 2 once. I call increment 2 one second time. I call increment 2 third time. These are functions, right? Called 3 times. Now look at that first time. Whenever we call first time, what happens? Where is increment 2? Somewhere in the bottom it is being written. Where is that? Yeah, let's see. Increment 2. I declare static int I. I initialize this to 1. If I don't initialize to 1, what is the value of this? 0. Right? I wanted a 1 here. That's what I'm putting it here. Then when I print this, right, what is the value? You get it 1 because I've initialized it to 1. I've incremented it. Now, what is the value of I here at this point? Cursor, right? 2. Now, block has started here, block has ended here. And the function completes its, okay, execution. I go back. I go back. So first time increment 2, whatever I called, it is completed. Then second time I call. Second time when I go, it comes here again. It comes here. It doesn't initialize because static variables preserve the previous value across the calls. This is second call. whatever the previous call value was there, no, right? 2 it was, right? When I print it here, the value will be 2. It is not 1 because previous value it preserves that. Then it becomes 3, incremented value 3, and you return. When you return, you come back here. Third time you call, again you go there. Third time you call, right? You go there, right? You declare variable here, but again it is not initialized to 1. Previous value it uses that. That's why it is static. Static, where it is stored? A different place, right? We'll see that. Static, it prints. What is the value of this? 3, not 1, because previous value it is maintaining that. So when you come back here again, the output is 1, 2, 3. And remember, okay, here. So once you come out of that, I cannot be accessed here. I can be accessed here only. That's why it's called block. That's why it's called block, right? Scope is within a block. Okay, static is scope within a block, and it is called persist across the calls. That means previous updated value it will carry forward in the next execution call also. Are you clear? Manoj and Himarashmi, are you clear about this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I wanted you people to try all these things, enjoy, and do take certain risk and go ahead in some thing which you don't know and try to know that one. You have to do little adventure in learning, and that is an attitude of any good learner. And don't assume, don't underestimate your capability, right? You can do. Everyone will do. I bet everyone will do. Got it? Yes. No external memory. So external memory, right? Here is a one, int ext1 is the external storage because the global default value is 0. For that, small exercise has been given. If I tell everything, then what is that you learn, right? So some exercises have been given here. Programming, you can see, study it and understand it, right? There is one more exercise. Okay, now we will see the call to the same function without static. Without static. For that, a special functions have been written. Increment 1. What is increment 1? Where is increment 1? Where is increment 1? Yeah. Now look at that. Increment 2, increment 1 and are one and the same. But only the difference is that static is not used. I'm using auto. Whether you use auto or not, it's automatic only. So what is the initial value of automatic variable? Garbage. But I'm initializing it to 1. So what is the value printed here? 1. What is the value? Now it is 2. Right? But this 2 is not preserved here because it's not a static variable. Right? The scope ends here. When you come out of that, okay, this particular variable I, memory is being released. So what? So when you call increment first time, the value is printed is 1. Second time when I call this one, right, since it's automatic variable, again 1 is printed. Here also again 1 is printed, unlike the static one where it preserve the previous value. Are you getting this? So you will get an output 1 1 1. Here output you get 1 2 3 because the value updated value persists across the calls. Here value does not persist. When you come out of that, that's the end of that. When you come out of that increment 2 function, value is preserved because it is a static variable, and that's why we were studying all these things. Got it? Right? How exactly when program is loaded, right? How memory allocation is being done for different kind of things. So automatic variable are stored in stack. Okay, and stack management is another things. Now, right? Okay, now what we can see, right? Leave it. I will not get into. I'll keep this one for you for self-study. External storage classes. I am printing ext1. What is this? ext1, what is that? Where it is being declared? Is the external storage. It is a global variable in this program. See here, right? ext1, right, are not initialized. So what is the default value? 0, right? Why it is 0? The principal says that one, it's a default value is 0 here. Look at this. So here, one minute. So here, when you print here, though I have not initialized, you get, right, the 0 value because default value is 0. You can try this and see output. Now another thing, there is a another variable I used. I'll take you back here. You can run this video and see it later. Extern int ext2, right? Declaration only, global variable available to all functions. Probably it might have been declared in some other file, right? Study that. Now what is this value? Okay, 0 by default. Otherwise, whatever being initialized, it takes that. So that 0 value is being said here. External value will be 0, default value, if the value is not changed. So what you can do is run this program separately. Where we are gone? Yeah, right. See here. Now this is another tricky thing, right? Extern ext1 you already used, right? Again, I'm in this block, I'm declaring this. Which variable, when I print here, whether it uses a global variable or local variable? Because, right, it is declared here. When you wanted to know its memory location or data type, what it does is it will look within this block. If it is declared here, it uses that one. If it is not declared here, it will go to the outer block. And since it is declared here, so it is taken as a local variable and its value is being printed. 30 it will print. Try this. These are all important from the placement perspective, not simply going through the for loop, if then else, right, while loop and all, right? Yes. In fact, in one of the recent few days back, there was one interview, technical interview, okay, of your friends in 7th sem who are studying in 7th sem. The same question was asked. Same question was asked, right? So please prepare. Why I'm taking this is it will help you for the placement, not only for examination. Correct. So there are many other things have been put into this. Please study that one and try to understand this. Got it? I'll leave it to you. This program, right? And in the Google class, one minute, just a minute. I think I not opened the Google class, right? So you can see that later. You can see that later. Manoj, I'm audible to you? Manoj?
Yes, sir. Audible, sir.
Yeah, right. So in a Google class, I've put an assignment which you'll be submitting on September 30th, right? Where you'll be running all this program, studying all the things, your understanding will be, okay, putting it in the form of the report and all these things. Program is here. Got it? So any question at this stage? And that's what I wanted to do. And Friday's class, don't miss. Very new concept we are studying from the syllabus. And that's what is a today's session. Any questions from you all people about this? I've uploaded this PDF file in Google Class. Please pick that one and write a program as it is, check it and learn whatever that we have understood in this class. Any questions? Any questions? If there are no questions, I'll stop it. If there are no questions, I'll stop it because, okay, examination is going on. I'm doing, okay, the DCS duty there. I need to go and attend that. Right? So Manoj, Himarashmi, any questions or shall I
So no,
stop here? Shall I stop here?
no questions in chat box, sir.
Okay, but I wanted you people to try. And immediately today evening, struggles, try, right? Refer internet, everything will become easy, right? So with this, okay, we come to the end of today's session. Very interesting topic. We have studied storage classes. 50 students have participated. I wanted a more number of people, right? Manoj and Himarashmi, please tell everyone to join the classes. Got it. So with this, we come to the end of this meeting, right? I'll be ending this meeting, right? Thank you.